Today for Plastic Free July, we are back in the kitchen. I'm so excited to bring you this recipe that is going to be such a healthy but tasty cookie recipe. Now, if you're someone like me who has a big sweet tooth, I used to be the biggest junk food eater in the world. So I still love having baked goods, banana breads, muffins, brownies, cookies, all of those good things. But because I'm vegan, sugar-free, and primarily gluten-free as well, there's been a lot of adaptations, which has been really fun over the last 3 years because I do love to experiment in the kitchen. So today I'm bringing you a cookie recipe that has a secret ingredient that you're probably not going to expect, and you might be like shocked or like, ooh. But it's gonna be so good, I promise you. These cookies taste amazing, and they are totally plastic free. So instead of getting something packaged at the store, you can make these at home and enjoy a healthier yet still really tasty alternative. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Kara Michelle and I'm here to help you live your truth. Thank you so much for being here with me on Plastic Free July. I hope you have been enjoying it. Let me know in the comments below how this has been going for you so far. I just really appreciate that you're here. No matter what changes you're making, every little bit adds up. So every single choice you make and every single time you opt in for something a little bit more plastic free, a little bit more sustainable or reusable, you are making a difference. So I wanted to say thank you for that right away. And secondly, make sure if you haven't that you're entering our Healthy Planet giveaway. We're giving away 2 plastic-free starter kits that are going to be filled with a lot of different goodies that I've been sharing to you guys over this month. So all you have to do is comment down below, I'm creating a healthy planet, for an entry. And if you screenshot and share to Instagram, make sure you tag myself, Real Kara Michelle, and you tag Healthy Planet as well, and you get a bonus 5 entries per video. Now, if you haven't, go back and go comment through the old ones too, because then you'll get more entries in before the end of the month. And I'm so excited to bring this and throw some extra things in this. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, I will ship it to you personally. And just as a thank you for being here, for participating, and for caring about the planet. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Getting into this recipe now. So as I said, it's really easy to go to a store and just purchase some cookies or purchase like a mix or stuff that's wrapped in plastic. But again, we want to help the environment, we want to help our health. The less amount of chemicals, the less amount of processing that goes into our food, the better. So returning to making your own foods, eating cleaner, eating healthier is not only going to benefit you, but the planet as well. So these cookies that have their secret ingredient, and it's funny, before I get into it, I remember when I was like 14 or something, I had so many health issues. I played competitive sports all my life, and even at a young age, I had so much physical pain and like knee problems, shoulder problems, back problems, hip problems, like everything. I had the body of like an 80-year-old, and I base that predominantly on the foods I was eating, as well as the fact that I wasn't really stretching, but it was extreme, like a lot more than anyone else who was doing similar things. So my body is just very sensitive. But I was going to a chiropractor and he was trying to get me to eat a little bit healthier, and he was suggesting these chickpea cookies, and like immediately I was like, yeah, that's so gross. I think my mom and I both had the same reaction when he told us. He's like, honestly, you don't even taste the chickpeas, but they're just there as a source of protein. They're like filling, so you only need a couple cookies, versus me, who I would sit and eat like a whole row of Oreos. I would like just chow down on junk food, and I was seriously addicted to sugar. So he was like, try it, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, I'm not having this. And now flash forward, this is exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you today, because it is such a healthy alternative. And honestly, you don't taste the chickpeas. It's just like the thought of them. So if you can get over the thought of it when you're making these, then I swear the second you take a bite of them, you're gonna be like, like it tastes like a good cookie. It doesn't taste like anything different. And because of the nature of this recipe, you can always add a little bit extra. We use maple syrup. You probably could use honey if you have that at home, if you prefer that over maple syrup. I never have tried it with honey myself, so you would want to be a little bit cautious on like how much you're adding. And depending on how much of a sweet tooth you have, you may want to add a little bit more of that sweetener. For me personally, because I was crazy addicted to sugar for 25 years, pretty much 25 years or 24 years, and then I went sugar-free and only eat like natural sugar now and fruits, and if I have a little bit of honey or agave or maple syrup from time to time. So for me personally, I actually, because when you go, your taste buds replace themselves, I think it's everywhere between 2 to 3 weeks. So if you go 2 to 3 weeks with changing certain things that you're eating, your taste buds are actually going to, they die off, you have new ones, so your taste buds will change. So when I was eating tons and tons of sugar, there was like this extra craving and I needed that sweetness. Whereas when I started to cut out sugar, now if I have something that's even like moderately sweet, it's like a sugar explosion to me, because it's like, oh my gosh, that's crazy sweet. And that's why if I have even like 1 or 2 cupcakes or something with sugar in them now, I end up with like a sugar hangover and I feel foggy, I feel exhausted, I'm just like wiped out, because my body has detoxed it enough to the point where now I'm really feeling the normal effects of sugar. And most people, because we eat so much sugar, we don't even notice the effect that it's having on our body, but it is having big effects. So with all of that said, please feel free to adapt the recipe accordingly if you want it to be a little bit sweeter, especially when you're starting out. Especially if you've got those mindset things about like, oh, there's chickpeas in this, I need to add more sweetener. Go for it. Make sure it tastes good to you. But I would really invite you to try this recipe, because it is really good. And so we'll jump over, I'll share some stuff getting it prepped, and then we'll go from there. So here we've got the can of chickpeas, and I've rinsed them and put about half in here, which is like my food processor. We'll do that. So here we have it mixed in with half of the chickpeas, and then I'm gonna add in the rest of the blended chickpeas. And we're just gonna mix it, and then it's gonna be ready to go. And here we have the finished cookies. So they're like kind of chewy still. Let's see, it's still pretty hot. I literally just took it out of the oven, but it's like a nice chewy cookie. Oh, it's perfect. So there you have it. That is a little bit of the behind the scenes of making these cookies. And with some of these products, some of these ingredients, so the coconut oil, the almond butter, the chickpeas obviously come in a can, but where you can, please opt in for the jars, like a jar of coconut oil, a jar of almond butter versus the plastic containers, because obviously, as we know, not all of the plastic is recycled. But yeah, please let me know in the comments if you're going to try this recipe out, or if you have already had a similar recipe before. I know actually, as I've been chatting about this more and more, there are quite a few people out there who are using similar recipes like this, who have done chickpea cookies and enjoy them as much as I do. And remember, you can always mix it up. You can always play with it a little bit and add some chocolate chips or some raisins or different things in there so that it's I don't know, just more fun and more interesting each time. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Make sure you enter the giveaway, and please thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you're the first to be notified when I put out a new video. And I will see you soon on the next video. Thanks, guys.